Hello guys, welcome back to IT Further Academy. Today we're going to talk about how to implement folder redirection using Windows Server 2012 R2. So we are going to give out tutorials, and then later on our next video we go on to practicals. So now let's start. Requirements needed. So we need to get a user account for a client machine, and we need to get Windows Server 2012 R2, and the lastly folder has to be what? Redirected. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, folder redirection. This tutorial shows how simply you can redirect folder in Windows Server 2012 R2 with group policy. So someone may ask, what is folder redirection? So the folder redirection is the way to keep a profile folders to a network location or other location in the local computer. Typically, user profiles and settings are stored in local profile. By redirecting folders, you can access to data regardless of which computers you are logged in. So what it means is that it's like mapping, to map a drive. So let's say we have a server and you want to share some document with others. So what you have to do is that you have to share the folder, then it make us what? Map. So anytime like anyone try to access or go to the network, they will see as what? Drive. So the person or anyone can copy, make editing, everything. So you can copy, you can delete. So anything you do, it will reflect on what? On the folder, or anything you do, it will reflect. So it's good. I can say this folder redirection is better or more best than roaming profile. Because as this one, you can make that what? Drive. So the moment you go to the network, you can easily access it. That's it. Alright, so let's move on. So this the diagram shows how communication goes on in what? An institution or organization. So we have a client here, there's a server. So assuming there's a server room, we have our router, internet. That's so since you're on the network, you can access what? The server. So now let's create you are going to create a folder and redirect it so that you're gonna see it as a drive on our network. So now you have to create a folder. So let's create folder on the desktop or anywhere you want. So I created my own on the desktop. So you right click on the blank place on the desktop and select new, then on new options select folder to be created. So after creating your folder, then you either choose to rename it or leave it like that. So now folder created as Brahima. So as my own here, I created as what? Brahima. So now let's move on. So you have to enable folder sharing. So before you can enable folder sharing, so you right click on the folder created and to what? Select property. So this is my folder created here. So you right click on it, then you go to where? Properties. So after properties, then you see general sharing, you see security, previous and stuff. So you go to sharing. So let's move to the next windows. So you go to sharing. So you click on sharing what? You click on sharing, then on the sharing tab interface, locate and click on advanced sharing. So you locate where you can find what? Advanced sharing. Then you click on what? Advanced sharing. So when you click on advanced sharing, this is what you see. So on the share permission interface, mark full control. Full control, it means the person can make changes, the person can read, the person can copy, the person can even add more. So after full control, then you click on what, apply. Yeah, so noting network path on the network. So at this point, copy the network path somewhere as you need in order to specify which folder to be what, redirected. So when it's done, then you click on what, close. So you just highlight. So this is what, this is the network path. So just highlight and you just do what, you just copy. So you copy, you highlight and what, copy. So then you click on what, close to exit. All right, so now sorry, now we have to move to our Active Directory users and computers. Yeah, so here's our Active Directory users and computers interface. So now we have OU here, that's what, apostle.org. so that's the OU here. So within the OU we have one user name here, that's Mary Samuel. So here is it. So you are going to use it as example. So you right click on the user account, that's menu Samuel, then you click on the property. So you right click on it, here is it. So you right click on it, then you click on the properties. So user account property interface. So here is it. So the user account properties interface is displayed. So you locate and click on what, the profile tab. So profile tab located here. So here is what, profile tab. So you click on what, profile tab. Then after selecting the connect option under home folder heading, click on the drop down arrow of the first field provided, then click on the drive letter that you want to assign to the folder to be redirected. Note, please, according to the system, normally we have local, we always see local disk C, so make sure you not select C again here, otherwise there will be something that will cause the drive to you see, as like we are sharing something and I have some, it's okay, I'll not go far so that you get your mind confused. So you let end here. Alright, so make sure you not select C again here, because we already have local disk C is by default, and always we have been seeing that local disk C on our machines. So don't select C here again. So you can choose to select any of them but not C. Alright, so you click on the drop down arrow of the first field provided, then you click on the drive letter that you want to assign to the folder to be redirected. So then after selecting the second field, which is the 2 here, this is where you are talking about, 2 this one. Then you paste the path of the folder, which is the one you copied from the other side. Yeah, so you paste it here, then you bring what, backslash. So backslash, then you type what, you bring what, percentage sign, and what username end with what, percentage sign. That username means maybe you forgotten what, the user name. So the moment you bring what, this command, then you apply, it will come automatically, because you have given the commands to bring out what, the solution. So the moment you type this command, it just give out what, the solution. Alright, so here is, so example, that is what, backslash 2 year 2 backslash Brahima backslash the what, red. Alright, so applying group policy to folder to be what, redirected. So on the dashboard, you click on tools to view and to select group policy management. So here is our dashboard. So this interface is for Windows Server 2012. So let's move to tools. So you click on tools, then you select what, group policy management. So this is the interface. So you locate and expand the name of your domain forest. In my case, it is for it is what, ima.enterprise. So IV you can see here. So we have what, ima.what enterprise. So that's my forest name. Yes, so there's difference between domain name and what forest name. Do you get it? So you locate and expand what the name of your domain forest, and what so in my case I have what ema.enterprise. So you expand, so then you locate and expand what the domains. Okay, all right. So sorry. All right. So you expand your domain. Mine is ema.enterprise. So locate the OU that was previously created. So the OU is what apostle.org. This is the OU. So then you right click on the OU created, then click on create a GPO. GPO stands for group policy object. So you create a group policy object in this domain and link it here. So you link it here, you link it so that what you are doing will succeed. So you can decide to rename or to maintain it like that. Alright, so now you empty newly what GPO created for apostle.org. So currently this is an empty GPO, and it has been configured in order for the GPO to be effective on the folder that was created on the desktop. To do so, right click on the GPO, then click on edit. So this is the GPO you just created. So you right click on the GPO, then you click on edit. So configuring group policy on folder based on the OU. So we are so this is the interface for edit. So when you come here, we have computer configuration, we have user configuration. So here you select one. So before that, let's read this and check something here. So group policy management editor interface. So since we want to redirect a folder, a group policy object has to be linked to those users who will be having access to the redirected folder, though an OU, and in so doing we will have to make use of user configuration to monitor and manage user accounts based on their permissions or privileges. Alright, so if you have more than what I created here, so after creating the GPO, then you link the GPO to the user that you want them to access the drive you're going to create now. So after creating the GPU, then you link to the users. Alright, so let's continue. Alright, so under user configuration, then you expand policies, because you are dealing with user account, not normal computer. So you go to user configuration. So under user configuration, then so since the folder to be redirected, it is going to be within the Windows environment. So expand Windows settings. So you expand Windows settings. So you see we have user configuration, we have policies, we have software settings, we have Windows settings, we have administrative template. So you expand policies. So when you expand, so you first expand user configuration. So after that, then you expand policies. So under policies, then you have Windows settings. So click on folder redirection. You see when you expand Windows settings, we have folder redirection there. So you click on that. So folder redirection interface. At this interface, you are to specify where the user is supposed to save the files and folders on the client machine. In so doing, the files and folders will be sent to the server for storage, hence the word folder redirection. So you're going to specify, so after clicking on folder redirection here, then you're going to specify where the user can find the folder or the drive itself. So you can decide to choose desktop, document, photos, everywhere, anywhere of your choice. So you can select one. Alright, let's continue. So configuring location for redirection on client machine to server. So in my case, I chose document. So when you select your own, then you right click on it, then you go to, you see properties and what help. So you click on what properties. So being the administrator, let's say the user is supposed to save in the document folder on the client machine. You therefore have to configure the document folder at this interface for all the files and folder which will be saved in the document folder on the client machine to be what redirected to the save for storage. To do so, right click on document, then click on properties, as I was saying. So that's it. So you have to specify where the what user can find what the folder, or where the user will has to what save what the document or anything he or she want. Very good. So let's move on. So document properties interface. But before that, please, if you haven't subscribed, you can pause the video, then subscribe before you continue. But you can like, you have the opportunity, you have right to share, like, comment, leave comment before you continue. I know there will be question, so I'm also ready to answer all your questions. So leave the comment there and I'll come for it, and you also hear from me. Thank you very much. So let's continue. So with the field provided for settings, click on a drop down arrow and to select basic redirect everyone's folder to be to the same location. So you select the first option. Alright, so after selecting basic redirect everyone's folder to the same location at the field provided for root path, type in the network path of the folder that you created on the desktop. So you have to type in, or you can even paste, or you can even go back and copy the network path. You copy from the other side, then you paste it. So what they need is the network path. They only need the network path here. So you can type, or you can go and copy and paste it. So in my case, I have it here. So backslash here 2/Brahima. That's the network path for the folder I created. Let's move on. So we are almost done. So completing, after inserting the root path information, you click on apply, then you accept to click on yes, then okay to say goodbye for making easy to create a GPO. Please, you're not going to find goodbye as a message. No, please. This is my own statement that I've made here. So never expect goodbye after clicking apply or yes or whatever. No, this is my own statement that I've made here. So alright, so let's continue. So we are moving to the client machine, but before that, any question you can ask question. So leave your comment. So I'll come for it and answer every question. So make sure you leave comments and make sure you subscribe and share to your friends. Alright, so you are going to log on to user created. That's menu summary. Yeah. So the requirement needed for the client machine. So we need the client machine. We need to assign for static IP address. Then the same machine has it should be on the network. So you should join the domain. Alright. So when you say client machine, what does it mean? So a client machine is a piece of computer hardware or software that access a service made available by a server. So the server is often on another computer system, in which case the client access the service by the way of a network. So now let's move to File Explorer or this PC to check whether our work reflects peacefully. So you go to this PC, you go to computer, either computer or this PC. So on Windows 7 we have computer, and other OS we have this PC and stuff. So you go there, then you see on the network, you see the drive you created. That's red. So the red is the username for their account, and the drive name to is here. So here to drive, and the drive letter I chose. That's all. So we are done. So these are tutorials for how to create folder redirection. So in our next video we are going to show you the practical aspect